Hey there, it's Josie with Affirmation Pod, your home for self-care and reflection. I hope as you're listening to this, you've taken time to reflect on how you're living your life and what decisions you're making, how you're making them, what you're doing, what your strategies are, and making sure that they line up with your goals and who you want to be. Welcome to new listeners. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to returning listeners. Thank you for coming back. Thank you to those of you who signed up for my mini course, The Change Framework. It's all about making a change in your life by leveraging the thinking, the feeling, and the reacting side of your brain so that changes stick. And I'm so grateful for those of you who are the newest students in the course. If you are looking to sign up, don't forget the link is affirmationpod.com/change. That's affirmationpod.com/change. Now, today's episode actually goes with the episode that was a few episodes ago, because that was Veronica's request, and she wanted something similar to before your workout, after your workout, that was on mealtime. So episode 132 was before a meal meditation, and this episode today is a mealtime mindfulness meditation. I must say, as I was working on this episode and pulling it together, it really was a good challenge for me on being mindful as I eat and not being mindless as I eat, but really tuning in and paying attention. I know we all have different relationships with food and with eating and with meals. So I encourage you to give this episode quite a few passes to really try and absorb a new experience while you eat. And I want to highlight something here that I also mentioned in the before a meal meditation, and that is HelloFresh. Thank you to everyone who's ordered your HelloFresh box through the Affirmation Pod promo code Affirmation30. Doing that, you get your $30 off, but you also get to support keeping the mic on at Affirmation Pod. If you have not got your box yet, why not give it a try? HelloFresh is the meal kit delivery service that makes cooking more fun so you can focus on the whole experience and not just the final plate. In your box, you get delicious recipes with step-by-step instructions that take around 30 minutes to make. The box features the freshest ingredients measured in the exact quantities needed, so there's no food waste. They have 2 full-time registered dietitians who review each recipe to make sure it is nutritionally balanced. And as you save on the grocery time, the recipe selection time, you can use that time and energy to extend your mealtime and practice mindfulness. So for $30 off your first meal box, go to HelloFresh.com and enter promo code Affirmation30. That's HelloFresh.com, promo code Affirmation30. Enjoy your $30 off, enjoy your meal, and enjoy the satisfaction of knowing you're helping Josie keep the mic on at Affirmation Pod. And now it's time to get mindful. So let's start by taking 3 deep, cleansing breaths. Turning your attention now to the meal in front of you. Looking at this meal. Looking at all the parts of this meal. Absorbing in your brain what this meal is. Absorbing in your brain what this meal represents. I start this meal in a state of gratitude. It's time to take my first bite. My awareness turns to my mouth, noticing how the food tastes, noticing the temperature of the food, noticing the texture of the food, I'm taking my 30 bites. I am grateful for this meal. I am grateful for how this meal came to be. I'm grateful for how this meal is nourishing me. And now I take my next bite. And as I chew on this food, I notice how my body is seated. I notice the sounds around me. I smell the air. I feel the food inside my mouth and recognize how fully present I am right now. I take my next bite. I take in the full experience. I relax my body. I feel my facial muscles moving with each bite. I note the temperature of the food. I note the texture of the food. I note how much I like this food. I continue to be present with each bite. I pause to reflect on how the food is moving along my digestive tract. I keep eating mindfully, noticing my breath, noticing tension leave my body. This meal holds my attention bite by bite. I chew slowly. I pause and savor this moment. I notice my sensory experience of chewing. I notice my sensory experience of tasting. I notice my sensory experience of eating. I place another bite in my mouth. I note the way it feels in my mouth. I note the intensity of the flavors. I note the changes of flavors. I feel how my teeth interact with the food. I feel how my saliva mixes with the food. I feel how my tongue moves with the food. I acknowledge how this meal is nourishing my body, but also resetting my mind and recharging my energy. As I continue eating, I recognize and process. What am I enjoying about this moment? What am I enjoying about this meal? What am I doing that I want to keep doing? I pay attention. moment by moment. I capture and get lost in this moment. I acknowledge that inhaling food and rushing off is in my past. I am no longer driven by cravings. I am no longer eating to stuff my stress. I am no longer eating to hide from my emotions. I eat to nourish myself. I plan and schedule meals for a healthy life. I put down my utensils between bites if I feel the need to rush. I practice listening to my body. I practice doing one thing at a time. I practice what it takes to focus. I no longer fixate on regrets of the past or worries of the future. I create this moment. I make this moment what it is. I create my habits day by day, decision by decision. Knowing that as time goes on, my habits create who I am. I listen to my body. I recognize when my body is feeling full. I no longer eat past full. I no longer ignore my body's signals. I no longer eat passively. I now eat actively. This is a nourishing experience, not a nothing experience. This time helps me with mindfulness. This time helps me improve digestion. This time helps me reduce overeating. I'm specific in knowing where I feel hunger. I am specific in knowing why I feel hunger. I am specific in knowing how I feel hunger. I am clear on what it feels like to be half full. I am clear on what it feels like to be 3/4 full. I am clear on what it feels like to be full. I slow down to understand my impulses. I slow down to understand my patterns. I slow down to understand how I manage meals. I recall how I felt before this meal. I remember how I felt throughout this meal. I note how this feels right now. I am so grateful for this meal. I am so grateful for this time. I am so grateful for my body. That is my gift for you today. I am so grateful and honored that you invite me into your time of mindfulness. I remember when I was in high school, we used to get these agendas, and one year the cover said, "If you fail to plan, you plan to fail." And now as an adult, I don't fully agree with that statement across the board, but when it comes to meals, I do, because we do need to eat 3 meals a day, nourishing drinks, and snacks. And so whatever system, style, values you have around meals and nutrition, taking some time to plan is very critical for executing your goals. Don't forget, if HelloFresh is something you want to try, grab this meal kit delivery service that works out to less than $10 a meal. Give it a go at HelloFresh.com, promo code Affirmation30. That's HelloFresh.com, promo code Affirmation30. Enjoy your meals, and thank you for helping keep the mic on at Affirmation Pod. You can also get this episode without the ads and the announcements by going to affirmationpod.com/access. That's affirmationpod.com/access. Now, go be you, know you, and love you. This is Josie with Affirmation Pod. Bye for now.
This has been a Calm Clear Now Network production. Executive producer Shell Hamilton. To discover more meditation, visualization, and affirmation podcasts like this one, visit calmclearnow.com.